Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Straight Talk No BS. It's your girl Chris,
And Andrea?
and today we're going to talk about something really interesting, and that's the stresses of dating.
Woohoo!
And right, Letty, sound excited to talk about this topic.
Yeah,
It's,
not.
it sounds like you have a lot to say, girl. Let us know.
I do. I really do. It's like, oh my God, I can't even put it all into one word, but I'll try.
For everybody listening, I was explaining to Len today that, I had a great conversation with a couple of my homegirls at the bar, and we were just talking about just how stressful it is dating. And, I'm going through hell right now in the group chat because I feel like I'm defending to some of the men. But I wanted to, to piggyback off that a little bit and see if we can have another in-depth conversation on dating and how stressful it is. So, Len, you have some experiences on stresses in dating?
I do. For me, I just came out of um, I would say a relationship, not even a relationship, a companionship. I just came out of I would say 3 years, 3.5 year
But
companionship.
what's a companionship? Explain the difference from a relationship and a companionship. I think I know, but
All right. So for me, my companionship that I just ended, that was based on what was convenient for me at the time. Because with my work schedule and everything else I'm doing, I wasn't in a position to give 100% of me. So with my companionship situation was more or less like, okay, um, I had a friend that we were seeing each other for the last maybe 3 years, 3.5 years. And he doesn't live here in the States. He actually lives in Bermuda. That's where he was living at the time. So for me, I didn't have to have the pressure of having a full-time boyfriend. It was just a matter of, okay, whenever I travel back home, which was about maybe 4 to 6 times a year, um, I would spend time with them. We talk pretty much every day. I vent to him about how my day is going, talk to him about business and stuff like that. So it was convenient for me. It was really convenient. And then just recently, now that I have a lot more time
mhm.
on my hands and my kids are young adults, now I'm ready to, okay, be in a relationship or um, a full-time companionship where someone either lives here with me. I did the
Okay,
long
so a
distance.
companionship is like just someone you could talk to. They live away from you, like far away, different state, different country.
Yeah, because
Okay, gotcha.
but the reason why I even agreed to that is because I tried the hell dating. And the problem I kept running into with dating was that I would meet guys, and when I meet the guys and whatnot, they want too much of my time, or I'm not able to stretch my time. It was always complications. There was always issues of things not working out, or I felt like I was in a situation where I had to choose between my children or them. So it was a turnoff for me. So when I met this gentleman, it was a lot easy. It was very easy. It was a lot easier for me. And it worked out. It worked out pretty good. I had no complaints.
Okay, so like, what are some of the stresses of dating?
Well, for me, some of the stresses is one, the communication. I'm old school. I like the dating where the guy courts you and, he courts you and you're a priority. Where you guys
You
have
mean
a few
like
conversations, huh?
open the door for you, and like,
Yeah, you know how as a woman you want to be treated like a woman.
yeah, buy you some
Meaning whereas
flowers.
the guy, yeah, he's
Yeah,
saying with just
okay.
cause gifts and pick, open the door for you, push your cherry when you go out to dinner and stuff like that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
ask how's your day and willing to listen to how your day is. Um, Not this whole new day. Like this new dating now, people have full relationships just through texting. They can have a full relationship and they're just texting each other. For me, that doesn't work. I need more
A
engagement.
lazy girl. That's just
Right.
laziness.
And I find that some of these guys is not they're not either being told is not appropriate, or maybe some women like that. Me personally, I can't be in a relationship with you and all we do is just tax. Everything is a tax or a picture. I can't do that.
Yeah, you gotta
So,
just set the expectations,
right,
right?
right. So the expectations got to be set. So, I did the whole dating thing, dated different variety of different guys. And the same common denominator was they wanted more of my time. And at that time, 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, I didn't have that much time to give, but I was always very honest, very honest. I've always been very honest, um, and said, my time is limited or I'm only available certain hours. So I've always been very honest in that regard, but it just didn't work out. So eventually I had to let that go and then try something different. And then the companionship I found myself in worked out better. Was no stress at all.
Okay, so sometimes that works out perfectly, but you're not, you're not getting none with companionship. So how
Well,
does that work out better?
well, even though okay, so when I did travel him, I would travel maybe once every 2 months, if that. So it worked out for me. As far as intimacy and everything was fine. When I did go visit, I saw him all the time. There was never an issue. Um, all that was fine. But now that, now I just now my desires have just changed. That's all. It just changed. Nothing
Okay.
against him. It just changed.
I was watching something on Instagram the other day where this group was discussing chivalry in today's generation because it sounds like, I hate to say this, but it sounds like you're looking for like a more mature man, someone that's older, more mature, who understands, respecting women and just being chivalrous no matter what, like regardless of who that woman is. Whereas these new generation of men, they're just like they
Right.
don't want to open your car door, the door for you to get into the building, or pull your chair out, or buy you flowers just because they don't want to do that anymore, girl.
Right. So, and that's my issue. This is my thing. So, when I was out there dating, I found that a lot of guys I was coming to contact with, they didn't want to put any work in. So, I don't know if it's a new way of dating, but it's like no one wants to put no work in. Like, nobody wants to actually go out on a date. Everything is either they're trying to get you to come to their house right away, or they want too much access to you, or it's too many game playing. It was just,
Hmm.
for me, I found it was just awful.
You don't
So,
think it's the woman that's out there that, I'm not saying all women, but I think it's social media too. Like social media has this image of women that just are, oh, I'm independent, I get my own bag, I do my own thing, I don't need no man. Like they're also not saying it's a bad thing. Women have the right to do whatever they want with showcasing their bodies at any point, but if that's what's being displayed, maybe that's probably what they're expecting. When you talk about this guy sliding in your DMs and you dick pics and stuff, like, that could be what they're expecting.
see, and that's another thing. It's like, even with that, I have so many guys that slide on my DMs, and they will slide in the DMs, or they either say something about how attractive I am, or if it's somebody that may know me and we haven't seen each other for years, they would say something like, "Hey, haven't seen you for years. It's great to see you on Instagram," or whatnot, which is fine. But then, as fast as they say that, it goes right into, um, "Can I have your number?" Or, "Do I like what I see?" Meaning them, or something like that. Um, it's just awful. Some of them, even when they slide on my DMs, will ask me, when's next I'm coming to Bermuda to travel, or they may be coming here to the States. They may say, "Hey, can we do lunch or dinner?" Whatever the case may be.
Hmm.
So when I go to their page, I see that they're in full relationships. They either married, got children, the girlfriend, whatever the case may be. And if you're in a relationship, why are you on social media trying to pick up other women? Why
To
are you
cheat.
even doing that? But come on. And for women, if they're on social media hitting on you, go to their like social media handles and see exactly what the guy is about before you even think about getting involved in there. I personally don't do
Of
it.
course. You
So,
should. Everybody should.
but they don't.
Especially nowadays, you should. Before you date
Listen,
somebody, you should go to their social media pages and make sure that they're not catfishing you or something. Look them up.
no, you're right, but I'm gonna give you a recent one. This happened actually recently. So, and I think you and I discussed it already, but
Hmm.
recently I had a male acquaintance that I haven't spoken to him in Lord knows how long. It's been a very long, I want to say, I've been living out here for about 24 years. So it's been about 24 years. And even then, we weren't friends, just acquaintances. But nevertheless, um, he reached out to me about 2 or 3 weeks ago after we aired our first episode of Straight Talk. Anyway, this particular gentleman reached out to me. It was weird hearing from him, but also was nice. We chit chatted for a little bit. And right after we chit chatted, I want to say within either a few hours or the very next day, this guy had said that he had always been attracted to me, had always been curious with me, that at the time when him and I, well, at the time when he knew me, that I didn't appear to be friendly. I was pretty much standoffish. During that time I was in a relationship. And then he was saying how he was always attracted to me, interested in me, and whatnot. So I said, then he asked me if I like light skinned guys. So I don't have a preference personally when it comes to skin complexion. So
Hmm.
anyway, um, then he asks me when's the next time I'm coming home and that he would like to spend time with me. So I go to his social handle and I see there that his wife is has tagged him and saying how much she loves him, how she has, he is her best friend, he is her confidant, you name it. She is just pouring out her heart and soul about her husband, how much she loves him. And
Wow.
I, right.
A
So I
mess.
said to him, right. So I'm like, well, what is your status? Aren't you married? Because I just saw this on your on your page. So he was like, but one thing has nothing to do with the next. Yeah, it does. Because you got a fellow woman, your wife, looking absolutely crazy, expressing her feelings for you of how much she loves you to the world. And here you are sliding my DMs, asking me when am I available or the next time coming to visit so you and I can hang out. So then I'm like, you know what? Let me just see exactly how far he would take this. So and I was probably wrong for this or immature for doing this. So I said, well, if I
Oh
did
gosh,
agree
what
to
you
go out to lunch or dinner with you, how would
do?
you arrange it? He is to tell me how his friend has a two-bedroom apartment. And his friend had told him whenever he wants or needs to bring a female over, he can always use his extra bedroom. And I'm thinking to
Oh
myself,
wow, he got an
are you kidding
accomplice.
me? Right. That is awful. That was absolutely awful. And I'm thinking to myself, if this is what's out there, like, come on.
But
Where
that's
are the real true
reality. So
relationships?
that's reality. So that's why some of these women out here, they just be having their eyes extra on their man because that is reality. You can never trust your man's friends. Sorry.
Right. But it's not even the woman, because the woman was very attractive, attractive woman. But it was the whole thought of, and I had said to him, I'm like, well, hold on. How often do you do this? Like, how often do you slide in women's DMs and proposition them like this? And you are a married man. That is absolutely wrong. You have your wife out here looking crazy. She's just looking crazy. And
Did he
then what
tell you
about the
how
women out
long?
there? How long they were together?
No, like how long was he out here doing it?
Well, his exact words were that back in his younger days, he said he was a whore, that he, yes, had a lot of women. And then he also made a statement and said how, but most people don't know of some of the relationships I've been involved in because, we had an understanding. Listen, I'm not one of those females that have understandings. I'm really not. I'm not built like that. I'm sorry, I'm not. Um, I'm not built like that to have an understanding. You know, if I'm with you and I say that you're my man, then I'm expecting you to say I'm your woman. But once there's cheating involved and you have me looking crazy, then you've lost all rights at that point to call me your woman. The relationship
Mhm.
is over. It's just
Mhm.
over. Why be in a relationship, better yet a marriage, with your intentions is still to just cheat on your loved one, on your woman? Do you think about the risk, not just health risk, but the risk involved in you losing your family for what? For what? Some pussy? Are you kidding me? No. Mm-mm.
I mean,
It was
some
just
relationships are open. Like they do have like open marriages or
granted.
open relationships. So, you know, you never know.
Listen, I'm even for that as well. Look, if my partner and I had an understanding, and I know now with this whole new people's sexual preferences and whatnot, I know there's a lot of open relationships out there. But I don't think in this situation with this gentleman there was an open relationship, because I had even said, well, hey, when I come to visit you and your wife, I would love to go to lunch or dinner with you and your wife. So that was opening the door that if there was
Mhm.
an open relationship, hey, let me know your wife's going to come. What I don't
Exactly.
appreciate is the assumption that some of these men make, is that a lot of women are done to be the outside woman. I'm not built to be a mistress or an outside woman. I'm really not. Um, I'm not built for that. I am not one. I don't condone it. I don't allow it. I don't agree with it. But to each his own.
Me either, girl.
I
Mhm.
I feel that if you marry a partner and you say I do, then you've made a conscious decision to marry that person, and you're supposed to do right with that person. Now, if you and your husband at that point, somewhere down the line, have another conversation and you both agree to have an open marriage, and you both have some rules in play where you want to bring a third person into your relationship, then yes, if both parties agree to it and you have your understanding and you both have your rules and what's acceptable and not acceptable, then you know what? Who am I to judge? That's you two can do it and you two are in agreement with it. At that point, I have no problem. And if the third person understands that and agrees, then you know what? Everyone is willing participants in that situation. I know of friends
Right.
that are
Mhm.
married that have open relationships, and it works for them. It works for them. I know some friends that are married that they would never even think of having an open relationship. So, to each his own, to each his own. But where it becomes wrong is when one of the parties that's in the committed relationship makes that decision for you without consulting you. That's when feelings get hurt, marriages get broken, families get ripped apart. It's because one of the parties is being selfish and making that decision, for the other person. If you're not happy being married or being in your relationship, or you feel the person's not meeting your needs, have a conversation. Maybe it's something you guys can kind of work out, go to counseling. But if it's just a matter of you want to be a whore and you want to smash everything out there, you know what? Have that conversation as well. Maybe your
That's
partner
true.
wants to do the exact same thing. We as
Exactly.
women sometimes, we as women sometimes we pretend you're putting it down in the bedroom and you're really not. So when
Mhm.
you're out there cheating on, nobody's the truth. When you're out there cheating on us and you're thinking you're getting one over on us, the reality is there's a high percentage of you guys out there in the husband category or boyfriend category that you're really not pleasing your woman in the bedroom anyway. So if you introduce to her, you know what, babes, I want to see other women and whatnot, she may be saying to herself, thank God he's the one that actually suggested it, because having sex with him is boring, ridiculous, is not pleasing me, and I'm going to keep on pretending every night. You might be doing her a favor.
Right.
It's the truth. If there's
Spice it
lots of
up.
women
Mhm.
out there, again, a high percentage of women out there, we do pretend in the bedroom. We do act like we're having orgasms and we're not. We act like you're putting it down and you're really not. Because we don't want to hurt your feelings. That's the truth. The truth is that we don't want to hurt your feelings and make you feel less of a man, or we don't want to also kind of scrape your egos. We know it's all about ego. And the women you're cheating on, we know all your secrets of how you are in the bedroom. And because we love with our hearts, we really don't want to tell you the truth if you're lousy in the bedroom. We don't. So we try to stroke your ego and tell you how you're great in this way and that way. So when you cheat on these women and you're sticking your goods in other women, It's not the fact of the cheating process of what I feel that really affects the woman. It's more so of how dare he? Like, dude, I'm here fronting for the last 10 years that you've been putting it down on me and you're really not. And you got the audacity now to go out there and cheat on me while I'm had to deal with this apart. We're like, look, deal with
Mhm.
this intimacy with you. That's ridiculous. That's what
Mhm.
really,
I've been
that's what
there.
really,
Girl,
right.
I've
That's
been
what really
there.
hurts. No, but that's what really hurts the women's feelings is you got the audacity to cheat on us, and you're not even piping us down how you really should be. But now
Mhm.
you want to actually got the audacity to cheat on us with some random, and we're gonna tolerate all your imperfections. Are you kidding me? That's what's really got us pissed off.
Now you definitely gotta go.
That's
But that's
oh,
but that to me,
yeah.
I'm not agreeing to no open relationship. Like I've been sitting here suffering, dealing with this nonsense, and then you want to have the audacity? Oh no, you gotta go. Double time.
Look,
Quick, fast, in a
the,
hurry.
the gentleman I was seeing for the 3+ years, I knew, and this is the reality, and this is where I have trouble when it comes to communication with men because I would rather people be honest. So with the gentleman that I was seeing at the time, and it was very easy to see him. He made it very easy for me. So even though it was long distance, we had already had a conversation, a mature conversation prior to any agreement. We had a conversation. And with that conversation, the reality is I live here, he lives there. So in that reality, there is a strong possibility that I might meet somebody in my few weeks before I come back to Bermuda, and he might meet somebody while he's waiting for me to come again that we may go on a date with, or may be intrigued by somebody, or someone may catch our interest. So we had an open conversation, whereas, listen, we're seeing each other. However, if either one of us happens to meet someone along the way and they may want to take us out or whatever the case may be, we're going to let the other one know. And when I
Okay.
do come to Bermuda to visit, when I land in Bermuda, whatever you may or may not be doing is irrelevant because I have landed, which means I am expected to have free access to you. That means if I'm coming over at a certain hour, or if I say to you, hey, during the day hours, I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to see you around 10. I'm expecting that when 9 o'clock rolls around and I'm getting no dress and I'm coming to see you, I expect your door to be open where I just walk on in, like I live there.
Mhm.
That's what I'm expecting. And that's how it was. So for me, when I meet guys and they don't have conversations or honest conversations, it bothers me because I was in one for 3.5 years where we had very honest conversations about needs and wants and fantasies and what pleased the other and what didn't please the other. And I was getting my just because gifts and stuff like that. Even though I'm overseas, I can't even complain about that. Um, it was fine. It was fine. So when I meet guys now and they want to go on dates, when I hear the BS or the lack of communication, I've already just come out of or just finished ending one that the communication I want to say was at least 99 was 95% perfect. We communicate about any and everything. So these new guys that I meet along the way, I can't understand how people just don't have conversations. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's a struggle for me. It's,
No,
it's
it's
definitely
very important. I agree with you. I agree with you. I can't imagine how many people, especially now in this generation, is just not flat out honest with each other. Like everyone is so flat out honest about the words they put on social media, not as far as the pictures and stuff, but everybody's requoting all these people on Instagram and all these, straightforward comments, but then they get in front of people and it's the total opposite. It's yeah, okay, sure. It's simple like that. No, you just have to be the same
you
exact
have to
way.
you have to
Just
have.
be
I mean,
completely
even
honest.
right, and even for us at the time, as each year went by, things evolve, needs change, and stuff like that. So it's just a matter of renegotiating a contract, I would say, how I would look at it, and we would have another discussion about certain things, what worked, what didn't work, and even the most recent conversation we had, um, before I just wanted more. I was like, hey, I need a key. He's like, okay,
Mm,
yeah, you
okay.
know, I need a key. He's like, okay, cool. Next time you visit, you have a key to my place. That's it. So again, that's conversations. And we didn't have a title of boyfriend or girlfriend. He didn't put no pressure on me. I didn't put any pressure on him. We had very honest, raw conversations along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we had gone on a few dates throughout the 3.5 years that I knew about. And not only did I know about those dates, that even when he was either out on the date or finishing the date, he would call me and I would say, hey, how you doing? And speak to the young ladies. I would speak to them. So it wasn't as if it was something that was being done behind my back either.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew, like I knew.
I mean, so
So
yeah,
I don't
those
know.
type of relationships do exist, but I don't think people go for that immediately. I think they go the easy route, and
Uh,
that's just sending you the dick pic. Let's get this out the way. Let me show you what I'm working with. Like
even
you
listen,
just getting it out the way.
and
That's
even
just the
the whole
laziness, though.
right, but even the whole dick pics and everything. Listen, you can only send so many dick pics
Telling you.
before before you get bored of it. Now, it's one thing if like for myself, with us being long distance, a few pictures were probably exchanged. Again, at that point, you're looking at a trust factor, right? Um, but even with that, that's the extent. Now, me meet, and then again, we're looking at 3.5 years. So, and we're not talking about nothing really graphic or anything like that. No, nothing slottish or nothing. It was tasteful, because in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, just in case things don't work out, this idiots, this guy's and become an idiot and do something. So, I'm always got that in the back of my mind.
Hmm.
So nothing like that. But for a lot of these guys out here, man, you can meet them on a Monday, a Tuesday, they're asking you for a picture before you even say yes or no. They're sending you dick pics. Like, dude, I don't want to see you. And half you guys that are sending these dick pics, you guys shouldn't even be sending them. Because if you really see how what we see and how we analyze it, listen, the dick pic you send me, I am gonna forward it to a few friends. I am. I'm
Right in the
forwarded
group
to
chat.
I'm forwarded to maybe one or two. One or two. Now, if you are well endowed, and I'm being honest, I'll probably send it to this one particular friend I have that her and I can have a whole conversation about it. We are. And if you send me something that's absolutely ridiculous, you shouldn't even be sending pictures, like how dare you? I'm probably gonna send it to another friend and we're gonna have a giggle. But I'm gonna be honest with you. So for me, I tell you right off the bat, don't send me any type of dick pics, any pics that you're in a vulnerable position, because if it's something I did to be funny or something I like, I am gonna have a conversation about it. And I am gonna tell my girlfriend and we're gonna laugh about it, hee hee ha ha about it. I am very honest. I'm very honest. I will tell it. I will tell you. I would definitely tell you 100%. And then leave it up to you. If you still want to send me a picture, that's on you. But it's about communication. People just have to communicate. They just have to communicate. Do you know that,
Yeah, I agree. 1000%.
but do you know that if a man just says to a woman and is honest, like guys, you should just try it. If you're just honest with the woman and say, listen, this is my situation. I'm married, or I have a girlfriend, or I have a fiance, or I have a female friend, whatever it is. If you're honest with them and tell them exactly what your situation is, and tell them, I have no intentions of leaving my wife or my girlfriend or fiance or whoever, but there are times that I may want to be in the company of another woman, or I may want to go on a drive, or whatever the case may be. Do you know there are women out there that would still sleep with you and prefer to be a mistress or second woman?
Exactly.
That the lying is not even necessary.
Just lining up to be a side chick,
Some women prefer to be
unquote.
sidekick.
But no.
No,
Mm-hmm.
some women, no. I listen, I have a couple of friends that prefer to be the side woman than the main woman. because they don't want to be bothered
Mm-mm.
with all the extra crap. Yeah, no, no, they don't want to be bothered with it. They prefer their freedom. They like to do whatever they want. Now and then they want a little male companionship, a little company. So they don't mind being the side chick. But they're very, very raw with their actions. Like they would tell the guy, as soon as he starts catching feelings, that's not
Mm-hmm.
part of the deal. I don't mind seeing you here and there, but once you start catching feelings, showing up at my house unannounced, making all these phone calls and texts and having emotions involved, they have dumped guys behind that because that wasn't part of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
They specifically only just wanted to see them when they wanted to see them. It's convenient for them. That's what they want to do. And then some guys don't like being handled like that. But again, you chose to, want to have a side woman, and that's part of it as well. But
Right.
there are some women out there, there are a
But
lot of women out there that prefer to be a mistress.
absolutely. But I just want to say, if you're going to prefer to be a mistress, you better prefer to stay a mistress. There's no way in time that you can feel like you can step out of that mistress box and want to be a main. Stay in that box.
Yeah. Well,
Because
that's
now that
but
you
again,
you have the side chicks nowadays want to step out that box and want to call the main wife and let the wife know, or oh, I've been sleeping with your man for 3 years. I have his baby. No, we don't care what you got. You stay the side chick and you stay silent. That's a problem nowadays.
listen, there are a lot of women out there that are fully aware that their partners, that their husbands and their partners or the significant others are
Are
seeing
cheating.
somebody else. There are
Yep.
a lot of women out there that know. There are a lot of women out there, and guys, I'm letting you know, you think they don't know, but they know. So there are a lot of women out there that are fully aware that their partners are cheating on them. And a lot of women don't care. They know, but they don't care.
Mm-mm.
Now and then, they may have a moment now and then when they first find out, they get a little annoyed or whatever. But some of them don't really care. The only time they care is when that side chick tries to step over her lane into that wife territory. That's the only time you see them really just start acting up. Or if the side chick has a baby, then right there is like, okay, that's a deal breaker. But there's a lot of women and men out there that know that their partners have somebody else. Some really don't even care because they have somebody else as well. Some know. Some agree
Right.
to it.
Mm-hmm.
Some couples agree to it. So some of these side chicks may think to themselves that they're getting over, but they're really not. Half the time the wives know. They know. They know.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I just want to say for the whole dating, I know for me it's been trying. It's been trying, but hey, I know what I want. I know what I like. I know my preferences. I know how I want to be treated. So I'm willing to date anyone within reason that fits my standards of what I'm looking for. And if you don't, then you don't.
Tell
But
me
it's a
what a
lot of women out
perfect
there.
date would be like for you.
The perfect date for me is that you have to make reservations to a restaurant somewhere, and you either pick me up or we meet there at a certain time. You're looking good, smelling good, nice and polished, and I'm looking good, matching you. We walk in, you open the door for me, we walk in, you pull out the chair for me, you push the chair in for me. We have a great conversation about a variety of different topics. We laugh, we smile, and the conversation has to be a conversation where it has some value to it. Don't talk about how attractive I am. Do not talk about how pretty I am. Do not talk about past relationships. Don't talk about any of that because for me, that's a turn off. Don't pry. Ask me about me. Don't ask me about my past. Ask me about me. Then once we conclude the dinner, I want to be able to, we can either meet up again if we drove together. We can go either for a drive, we can go sit off somewhere, we can go for a walk to conclude our night. We can talk some more, maybe act a little goofy, and finish the night with like a kiss, a nice kiss and a hug or something like that. For me, that's a great first date. Or if we don't go to a restaurant, another great date for me is I love Broadway plays. So get a couple tickets to a Broadway play. We can meet there. Again, we're both dressed up. We go there, we watch the play, we have conversations about it. We can go for a walk in the city afterwards. And then when we part ways, we have a good hug, a good kiss, and then you reach out to me a day or two later, and then we can pick up where we left off. For me, I think for me, I love dates like that, especially first dates. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like first dates when guys do touchy feely. It's a turn off for me. I do not like dates that are touchy feely. I don't like dates where the guy keeps on having to try to touch me. I don't like dates where they keep asking questions like, why are you single? Um, and then when they give you an answer and just say things didn't work out, that should be the end of it. Because I feel that when you're on dates, if a guy is really interested in you, he should be able to ask you questions about yourself. Not a matter of you,
Yeah, that's true.
because women go on dates, we go on dates. Well, because we go on dates, and what happens is we talk too much. Like females talk too much on dates where we don't give the guy the opportunity to ask us any questions because we're just blabbing our mouths. But if we just stop talking and let them take control of the conversation, then we will be able to decipher from that if they're really interested in us or trying to get between our legs. So if they're sitting there at dinner and they're asking you questions about yourself, they're showing a genuine interest. That's my opinion. But if they're just there asking you questions like, "You're so beautiful. Why are you single? What happened to your last relationship?" Mature people on dates, I don't feel that people on dates should talk about past relationships. I honestly feel that if you're meeting me, then you're meeting me and you're taking me from face value and you're gonna try to get to know me, which means I'm not gonna ask you about your past right away. I might just say, "Hey, so what's going on? Have you been married before?" You say yes or no. Do you have a girlfriend, anything like that? Whatever the case may be. If you say to me, "You've been married before," say, "Okay, wow, how long have you guys been divorced?" If he says we're not divorced, well, that's a red flag right there. If he says we're separated, that's another red flag. But you see what I'm getting with this? And if I say to you, "How long you guys have been divorced?" and you say to me, "Oh, we've been divorced 8 years," okay, fine. That's going to be the extent of that until maybe the second or third date. I might say, "So what happened with your divorce? Is everything okay? You guys, party ways, amicably?" I would ask a question like that. But when you start diving into me, I don't talk about my divorce. I don't talk about that. I don't talk about any exes. I don't talk about any ex experiences. If you ask me, "Am I single?" I say yes, I'm single. If you ask me, "Have I been married?" Yes, I have been married. I'm divorced. And if they say to me, "Yo, what happened in your marriage?" "Oh, things just didn't work out. We weren't compatible." That's it. Because it's really nothing to talk about. What I find with women and some of my girlfriends when they go on dates, they just spill their guts. I'm like, "Well, why are you telling the guy all this stuff about
No,
you?" Because
I
what
be
happened
wanting to
is,
know why. No, I be wanting to know why. How y'all
no,
broke
see
up?
what
Why
happens.
y'all broke up?
Well,
Y'all could have been. It could have
well,
been like some abusive. You could have hit him with your car. You could once spend 3 years in prison. You don't
right,
know,
right,
so you
but
gotta ask some of those questions.
well, yes, you do, but you do have to ask those questions. But what happens is sometimes I find that when you volunteer too much information about yourself, say for an example, you say, "Oh, my ex cheated on me a lot and he was abusive, or he did this, or spent my money, or drove my car all the time," whatever the case may be, right? I kind of feel like I look at it whereas my impression of that is that you're already jinxing what could possibly
Relationship.
be a relationship with this new guy. Because now, if the guy has ill intentions for you, he's now gonna say, "Okay, well, damn, she's stupid. She let the guy drive her car all the time, or she was paying all the bills
Mm-hmm.
and everything."
What
You
can I
may know,
do? Let's see what I can
right?
get into. Yep.
Exactly. You may now give him the impression that he can treat you like how your ex treated you. Or if you guys have an argument, that's the first thing that's going to do is bring up in your face about, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you're carrying around baggage because your ex did this or ex did that." That's why I don't discuss anything about any ex relationships. I just don't do it.
Well,
I
maybe
don't do it.
not on the first date, maybe the second date. But I feel like if you feel like you like this person and you see that that person is not like any of your exes, somebody that you actually want to be with or see a future with, then yeah, I feel like it's important if they ask
You
you
know,
that question, you should
one,
indulge to a certain extent. So what you feel
right,
comfortable with, but you gotta indulge a
right.
little bit. I don't
But I
think
mean,
completely shutting it out is
no, but I
respectful because
mean,
what
I
if
mean,
they want to hold shit from you? What if they want to feel comfortable holding stuff from you that you ask? You're not gonna feel comfortable with that. You're gonna be like, well,
I
why is he holding things from me?
I just don't want to be judged based on past experiences, is why I wouldn't. I will skim the surface and I may say something like I said earlier, yeah, I was married for X amount of years. Things just didn't work out. My ex-husband and I have two beautiful children, but we weren't compatible, so we parted ways. That's it. Because I have no ill feelings towards my ex-husband. Things didn't work out. The marriage didn't work
Right.
out. I wish him the best. I wish him all the success in any future relationships he has. But I'm not going to carry anything negative from that experience into my new experience by even giving it any energy, by even talking about it. It holds no space in my head. Any ex
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
relationships I've been involved in, if they didn't work out, they didn't work out. But I'm not going to relive it by
Oh
now
yeah, no.
telling my telling my new relationship, well, this is what I've experienced. I've experienced A, B, C.
Exactly.
Now my
Yeah.
experiences are dark experiences, so I don't want to bring that into a new relationship that could possibly be a new relationship where now I've got this potential mate feeling sorry for me or feeling like, oh my gosh, it's damaged or oh my God, this, because that's not the case. My past doesn't define who I am. My
Or
past
if they
doesn't
see
define.
him, because you know he got kids with him. If they see him, they might want to beat his ass or something. You know.
Right, but even still, but I don't want to give any of that any energy. All of that
Right.
is my past. That's where it belongs, in the past. It
Exactly.
doesn't
Yeah, I
belong
agree with that.
anywhere in my present or my future. So I give it no energy. Yes, I've been married before. It didn't work out. Ex-husband and I went our separate ways. We have two beautiful children. It didn't work out. It is what it is. We weren't compatible. Done deal. Yes, I've been engaged before. That didn't work out. You know, I wish him all the best as well in their relationship, but that's it. I don't know what they're doing in their lives right now, but I wish them both the best. There's no ill feelings. No relationship I've ever been involved in holds any space in my head. I have no negative feelings towards any of it.
Hmm.
I just don't. So I don't find, for me personally, I don't discuss it because I don't ever want to give it any life. It's something that happened. It's something I got over. It's something I'm healed from. And I don't believe all men are the same, because I don't. And I want to
Right.
be able to give the new gentleman that I meet that chance of, I want to take you for face value and learn you. I want to learn to get to know you and what you have to offer and if we're compatible. I can't do that if I'm harboring failed relationships or failed marriages or bad experiences. I can't,
Oh,
because
you
I
are
don't
so
feel
right.
all
Hmm.
right. I don't feel all men are the devil. I don't feel all men are abusers. I don't feel all men are worthless. I don't feel like that. I truly believe that there is love out there. I truly believe you got to take each individual to be their own person. So that's, for me, that's the reason why I don't. I don't ever want to prejudge another man based on negative experiences I may have experienced, because that's not fair. That's my reason why I don't
Absolutely.
do it. But that's why I don't do it.
Well, that's good.
But any women out there, listen, good luck to that whole dating thing. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. But no, but on another positive note, I did say that I am going to actively put myself out there to
Hmm.
put myself in situations where I can meet a really great guy. I would love to meet someone that's compatible, someone that's inspiring and that uplifts me and I uplift him. I really do. I really do know that there is another half of me out there that
Oh
thinks
yeah.
like me, that has the same values and morals as
Hmm.
myself and beliefs. And I would love to meet him. I'd love to meet a guy that we both have the same interests. And I do know I'm gonna probably go through a lot of ugly ducklings until I find that guy. But if you are out there, I am actively looking. And I did say by December that I would love to be in a relationship or a companionship. Um, and let's see where things go. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Well,
So
you
I haven't given
absolutely
up hope.
deserve it, girl. You deserve it. You know, I'm hopeful that it's all gonna work out by December, girl.
It
Because you just,
is.
you
Listen,
know,
I'm laughing at myself
why?
because I know for me it's like I'm 100% single. So I come with no baggage. I don't come with any issues, no drama, no nothing. So I know that in my quest of dating, I have to start from the beginning and ask those questions and stuff like that. I just want to meet someone that doesn't come with all that baggage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not prepared to deal with that. You know, my children are young adults now. They're pretty much grown. So I'm ready now for like to live that second half of my life and just travel and do 5Ks and 10Ks and cooking classes and learn different meals and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Broadway plays and get all dressed up and go on a helicopter ride and all that. That's my mindset right now. Read a good book and, you know, join a book club and, you know, go to the beach and have picnics on the beach and moonlight walks. I don't want none of that drama that comes with it. So I know that I'm going to have to go through probably a good variety of guys to try to find that one that kind of clicks with me. And it's okay. I'm prepared to do that. I'm prepared to give it a good try. Like I'm
Okay.
mentally, yeah, I'm there. I'm there. Now I'm
You know,
ready.
I'm gonna hold you to it, girl, because you know.
Well, I'm gonna hold you to it too. So when I do go on these dates and I call you and say, what does this text mean? What does this mean? Or what does that mean? Or oh God, be prepared because you know I'm gonna be like, oh God, another one. But
Girl, stop.
I'm gonna let you know. I definitely
All
let you
right.
know about this. And you can hold me accountable by December 7th. That's my birthday. I should, fingers crossed, hopefully be talking to an individual that gets me and that has my interests. That's what I'm
Yes,
looking for.
yes. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're gonna put it out there. We're gonna speak good vibes and speak it into existence. It's gonna happen. Cause you're a
So,
great person. You don't, you know, this girl don't, she try not to curse. She always try to better herself. She loves to read. She wants to like have her mind healthy and vibrant. You know, that's something like you gotta admire. Like they're always willing to better themselves no
yeah,
matter
always
what.
evolving. Yep, always evolving. Got to better
Always
yourself.
evolving. That is amazing. So I'm sure that you're gonna attract that same exact guy.
That same,
But you have until December 7th. So
yeah,
I'm gonna
until
hold you
December
to
7th.
it.
And they
But
will talk about it again. Thank you.
absolutely. And this was a fantastic episode. I mean, this we had a great conversation about the stresses of dating, what to expect, what not to expect, what to do, what not to do. You know, I would love to hear and read some of you guys' comments out there. Drop a comment below. You can DM us on Instagram, message us on Facebook, comment on our YouTube page. We'd love to hear some of your crazy stories, some of your success stories, some of your stresses of dating or in a relationship. Whatever you share, I'm sure it could help somebody else. Check us out, of course, on all podcast platforms. We're on Spotify, we're on Google, we're on Amazon, and of course, we're on your favorite Apple. Check us out on our website as well. We're going to have a lot of great content coming soon for you guys. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page. And we'll see you guys same time, same place next week, Thursday.
Bye. Thanks for listening.